welcome back to the Last Slice podcast. It's Jimbo the Kid. I'm joined with Trill Boy.
Yo, what's going on, internets?
I'm joined with Bodega Cat.
Hoo-dee-hoo!
And we have a very special guest today, co-founder of Blank Vodka. He just brought in a brand new Tequila Cayeya from Mexico. Sam Hirsch in the building.
Yo. My man, thanks for having me again.
Thank you for coming through. Thank you for coming through.
The GOAT of the alcohol game.
100% dog.
He's the GOAT of the alcohol game.
I love the air
right
horns.
now.
I think that might be the first time I heard that. Little flex run it back.
There you go. Yeah, boy. Keeping you gluten free and lit.
Yeah.
So explain this tequila that you brought, which is, you said one of one.
Yeah, so this is actually we just launched this tequila. It's called Tequila Cayeya, which launched on March 3rd. So only a few weeks ago, and we put out a reposado, which I'll give you guys a quick little kind of history lesson on the aging process of tequila. So normally a blanco, kind of like that stuff that we were drinking in the kitchen, like the clear liquid.
Yeah.
That's not aged, so that never goes into a barrel. That's why it's called, it's just Blanco. But if you take a Reposado Añejo or an Extra Añejo, they all have age to them. So a Reposado has to be aged more than 2 years in a barrel, but less than a year. And Añejo has to be aged more than a year, but less than 3 years. And then anything over 3 years of age is an Extra Añejo. So the first blend that we put out was a Reposado aged 11 and a half months. So it's almost an Añejo, but it's still a Reposado because we're 15 days short of the aging when it becomes an Añejo. Everything we do is single barrel production. So typically what happens in tequila is when you age product and you extract it from the barrels at the time after you age, you typically blend all of the liquid together so it's got a consistency, and then you bottle it on a bottling line. What we've been doing is we actually take barrel by barrel, we extract the liquid, and then we bottle it right away, so it's not blended with other barrels, hence why it's called single barrel tequila. So every single bottle that we have has a barrel and a batch number, and it's signed by our master distiller. Our master distiller is actually a female. Her name's Sandra Gomez, which is super badass because there's not a lot of female master distillers.
Sandra Gomez?
Sandra Gomez, yeah.
Sandra Gomez, shout out to you.
Yeah, she's amazing. She's a true master of her craft, and it's just great to see a female down there just have so much kind of just so much knowledge on tequila and just knows exactly what she wants and knows the process.
And you just got back, right? You just got back.
I was there a couple weeks ago, and we went to find some really crazy super age stuff, and I'm talking everything past 10 years of aging. It's a lot of fun. So it's fun to go down there, and it's fun to work on something that you're passionate about, and I'm pretty much a full-blown alcoholic at this point. No, I'm just kidding. But,
cheers. This is very delicious.
Yeah,
cheers.
Thanks for trying it out.
I need to pour myself a cup,
Yeah, here. Joe Boy, bring
there
that
you
over
go.
here,
Damn, do the honors.
Gotcha, my brother.
Salud.
So, Sam, since you're the connoisseur of alcohol.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry.
Oh, now he's
Salud.
Salud.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Thank
boys.
you.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
No, thank
Since
you.
you're the connoisseur of alcohol, right? Let me ask you something. When you see these brands out here and they're advertising made with the barrels of gunpowder from volcanic ash, from roses and all that, can you explain how do you put a flavor like that, for example, like in your tequila and whatever, how does that actually happen with these barrels? Is that real?
I mean, I don't know specifically which product you're referring to in terms of that type of aging, but there are a lot of unique aging methods. I think the cool thing about aging is, for instance, we use American white oak barrels, but some people use old wine casks, French oak. I mean, there's a million different kind of barrel materials, wood that you can use to age product in. Which I think is special. Are you allowed to say
what we got here? What barrel we get from this?
Oh, this one. This was actually just a test barrel. This is 2.5 years old, American white oak. Wow. But this is kind of a test bottle, so it doesn't even have a barrel or batch on it because we didn't do a full run of it. We're just still trying to.
It's one of one.
That's crazy.
You don't understand.
This is
you don't understand that this is literally you brought us Yeah, can we keep the bottle?
100%. Yeah, I wanted to bring it for you guys because I really
in a case.
If you think about it, this is
the only one of one, and you're not gonna taste
This is higher than
ever again.
This is like higher than Nike.
This
and
is very
Supreme,
unique.
like.
100%.
It's a very
There's
unique
nothing else.
experience right now
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like we're having right
That's
now.
why I'm like, what do we do? Like, how do we do this?
No,
Like,
look,
you know?
I mean, I want
I'm afraid to kill this bottle
to
right
tell
now.
me some
Just saying, we're
feedback.
gonna leave it right there. We're
Like
gonna
I'm
leave it there.
scared to kill this
I
bottle.
was scared when
Oh, we're killing this bottle.
I'm gonna
I'm
be
on my
afraid.
way.
I'm gonna be afraid when you get my order for Cayeya that I'm not gonna be as happy as I am with this one.
No,
I'm
you'll
scared.
be just as happy. I think. Look, the cool thing about this is, the fact that it is single barrel. It's kind of the like whole experience of tequila where you buy a bottle of I'm not going to say a brand name, but you buy a bottle of anything and it's look there is some kind of there's some positive in the fact that there's consistency every single time.
Yeah.
But I think there's also a part of the mystery where there's these different nuances from barrel to barrel. It's almost like it's like a collector's item at a certain point where barrel 6 might be a little bit of a different taste profile than barrel 10 or barrel 12. So that to me is the excitement about it. If you're
It's like a draw of a hat. You don't know what like
100%. I
could
mean, look,
have
they
12,
generally they're all
Right.
they're aged in the same type of barrel, so they have a taste profile that's almost dead the same. But
Yeah.
if you have, look, this is something we always tell people. It's not like this is sipping tequila. We're just drinking this on ice. You don't throw soda in it. You don't put it in a cocktail. So the beauty of this is like the holidays come around or a special occasion or something, and like you're gonna wake up tomorrow and feel like a champ. I mean, this stuff is so pure. It's so clean. It's done the right way. There's no additives, no BS in it. That this is just as pure as it gets, and that's kind of what we're going for. But
So next question I have for you is, I know you explained it before, and you're gonna have to explain it again because it's a great story. But the back of the bottle
yeah.
is a little story, as long as in the inside of the case,
Yeah, that gift box there, yeah.
the gift box. So explain the story.
Wait,
and,
did you know when the artist was making this that it was kind of like Majora's Mask?
No, what does that mean?
From
Oh,
Legend
from
of Zelda.
from Zelda?
From Zelda. It looks it's got a little
It's
link.
kind of cubish type
Yeah,
of thing.
it's got the Zelda feel
yeah,
to it.
no,
I
that's
like
cool.
it.
That's a cool reference. No, I didn't. You got to send me a picture of that because I want to see them side by side. That's pretty cool.
Make a little limited
Yeah,
edition one.
no, for sure. But to answer your question, Jimbo, on the back, this is a poem actually on the back. Like instead of putting something like, notes of caramel and vanilla and like the same shit that everybody says on the back of the bottle, it's actually a poem about the lone wolf kind of going out on his own self-made, journey to find his crown jewel, we say, which is his mates to start their own pack. It's a metaphor kind of for life and the hardships in life. And then actually on the bottom, funny enough, some people might love this and some people might hate this. It's actually a line from the Torah. It's very Kabbalistic. It says, "Guard my tongue from evil, my lips from speaking deceitfully. To those who curse me, let my soul be silent and let my soul be like dust." Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's like basically, to those who curse me, let me kind of pay them no mind and let me go on my own way and not waste the energy on that person and don't let that into your life type of thing. So there's a lot of meaning behind the bottle. It took a long time to kind of do these little intricacies, but I'm glad we did because, you're designing something like this and there's so many components at a certain point. I feel like I equate it to almost like making an album where you just get so fucking tired of it because you just look at it so many fucking times and it's like little tweaks and turns and this and that, and then by the time it's like it ends up coming out, you almost doubt yourself. You're like, did I do this the right way?
But what makes that special though is that process. It's
Sure,
the process of like thinking, creating, and putting yourself into a product or like an album or something like that and saying like that was me. You know what I mean?
Right,
Even though
right.
like it can get tiring at times.
Sure,
But at the end of the day, that was all you. That
and
was
it's part
your
of that
That was
process,
creative process.
Sure.
Same thing with like this show. Like I think like we can all agree like the creative process. You can like be proud of what you're putting out.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot.
Totally.
It's a lot of work. I mean,
100%.
dude, didn't you get back from Mexico from like last week?
Yeah. I mean,
You
that
were to
was a
come
whole-
here. You were like, yeah, let's go. I was like,
Oh yeah, that's actually I think the last podcast we did. I had flown from. Oh wow, that's crazy. I think I flew back from Guadalajara.
Yeah,
landed
we
and drove
get you
straight
fresh
to,
off the flight, man.
Yeah, fresh off the
his
boat,
flight.
baby.
Off the boat.
Yeah, no, for sure. But it's funny, like you look at this bottle, and it just. I always tell people it's crazy. It's
was
there's
gonna get into
probably
that.
6 or 8 people that have worked on this thing, like 3 graphic designers, a tattoo artist, an engineer. Like there's so many other people besides for myself shelf that, I had somebody come in and just the bottom, like we couldn't figure out this bottom label for 3 months, how we wanted to look, the shape of it, the contents of it, just nothing was getting right. So I actually had to call kind of a like a graphic specialist to come and that's like above my even design capability or my eye. We had to get so many people involved in this to make this look the way it did, which is I think it's cool that it's a collaborative process where I don't always say, I know everything and I'm the king of design and functionality.
And at the end of the day, when you look at this bottle, you're like,
I appreciate it. It's a different shape.
Yeah,
It's a different shape. You got the little leather at the top.
Right, a little suede. It's actually designed after an old. This is what kind of pill bottles used to look like vintage pill bottles. They used to have like old.
I remember that.
This is why we have a glass
Like the
topper.
Pilgrims.
Like it kind of hits nicely in and out. But yeah, that's kind of the inspiration.
Right.
It's
You know what it is? This is
leather
this
thing
is
on
a
top?
shelf bottle. This is like I'm proud to put this out on my shelf.
Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
You know what I'm saying? It's
and look,
not like
we've been around people where people, we kill bottles and they throw them out. And every time I see a bottle go in the garbage, I just go, like,
what are you doing?
man.
Like,
Like, we work so hard on that.
But
Not that I care, but it's like just
but
it's funny.
it's like when it comes down to it, like down to the bottle, it's like a piece of art.
yeah, for sure.
now with the bottle itself, with the wolf's head, you wanted to keep it a little bit traditional Mexican, right?
Yeah, so I think it's definitely like kind of a
I think it's like Aztec, right, or something.
very
like that.
Aztec looking, yeah, for sure. So,
Which I have to say, kudos, seriously, because
yeah.
you're paying homage to a culture that
Totally. I mean, that was the other
And-
thing. It's just like I'm a white Jewish kid from New Jersey, and I just love tequila. But I also want to honor traditional methods of tequila producing and some of their heritage, and really wanted to kind of jump in and tell their story a bit through the liquid and the packaging, which I thought was important. But yeah, man, glad you guys like it. But this is the añejo, baby.
Yeah,
This is
bro.
the
we're gonna put this
I want a
bottle
case, please.
in a.
I got you.
We're gonna lock this up in a safe, and we're gonna keep this and not touch it.
This is part of the
I'll put
Last
that out
Slice
onto
Hall
my,
of Fame, man.
fucking island thing. I'm putting that
You gotta
forefront.
single it out though
That's
and be
going
like, yo,
forefront,
this is
baby.
one of
That's
one.
it.
I'm gonna make like a sign that says one of. It's like at the museum. You go to the museum. You got like those little
That's
plaques.
it.
It's like one of one.
No, 100%. Yeah, so I'm glad you guys like it, though. This is
Thank you
it's good
for-
to get some feedback from
Thank you for bringing it. It's delicious.
So after tasting it, well, we almost killed the bottle. Drinking it, I get really different notes every time I take a sip, and that's the weirdest
Sure.
thing. First of all, the first thing I said to you when I took a sip, I was like, "Oh my god, this doesn't burn. I'm not choking.
Yeah, no, for
I'm
sure.
not coughing. I'm like, this is great." And I don't like tequila.
Right.
Like, I'm not a tequila person at all. But this, it's super smooth.
Yeah,
it's
it's,
very light, and it has that semi.
Totally.
You ever had semi-sweet chocolate, like the
For
actual
sure.
chocolate
Yeah,
chips?
yeah. It
That's
gives you
what
that, like,
reminds
hint
me.
of it,
Just
but
like
it's not
just like a little.
totally.
Let's not forget blank vodka.
Blank vodka.
dope.
Oh, yeah, man. That's,
Yo, to be honest,
low
when I
in,
drank that,
what, blank vodka?
yeah, like
Oh, it's so
all the
smooth, too.
times that we were like recording our previous episodes and
yeah.
all that, never really got a hangover in the morning.
No headache.
I never
It's,
really had.
Facts.
Look, I think I think we spoke about this last time, but if you take vodka, a lot of people don't realize that the quality of vodka is it's 60% water vodka. So, right, so you get the 40% of, alcohol by volume and then whatever. But we're produced in Greenport, New York. So we get the water from the Catskills. We have like the best water in New York in the world. So that's a big factor that plays into it.
That's
It's 6
that
times
mountain water.
distilled.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
so
rock
it's just
water.
really pure.
That's fresh.
It's 6 times distilled. Like I said, I mean, it is so good, and it's so for the value that you get in that bottle. I think the bottle's beautiful. I think the packaging's beautiful. I think it's to me. Look, I think you can put it up against Grey Goose, Belvedere, Kettle One. I think Tito's, go head to head with Tito's. I mean, I think any day we taste better than them. 9 times out of 10, 9 out of 10 consumers that taste, we win a blind taste every single time. So I think we delivered on what we wanted to do in terms of like getting a good product on the shelf for something that was an affordable price. But
And I just like love the fact with like the label, like it's blank.
Yeah.
You could be very artistic with it. You can just customize
100%.
it the way you want it.
That's the best part
Anything
about
you
it.
want.
100%. Yeah,
Right.
it's the most like the same thing with this is creative. It's the creative thing of making a vodka bottle blank, where you can just put whatever you want on it. You can put your
100%.
name.
Yeah.
You can have a graffiti artist just throw graffiti on it and just make it and personalize it.
It becomes your own. Like every bottle's kind of a collaboration type thing. You know?
The bar mitzvah is about to be lit.
Dude, my man, we were just talking about this, like weddings, bar mitzvahs, events.
All
bar
that,
mitzvah.
bro.
We need to go. Yeah, no,
All
for
that,
sure,
man.
for sure.
Jake's bar
Yo,
mitzvah.
especially that event at Scott's store, Lambs. Like you guys did like a whole contest.
Yeah.
With like drawing
All
on
the
bottle
artists
and
showed
stuff
up,
like that.
and did you see any of those bottles? They were
were
super
dope.
cool.
I saw it on
Yeah,
Instagram and I
people
was like,
were,
yo, that was fucking fire.
yeah,
That was
it
like
was
a
a lot
great
of fun,
idea.
man.
Someone did like a Stewie Griffin one that I thought was pretty hot.
Yeah. I saw that bottle, dude. Oh, actually, you know who that was? That was that artist. You probably follow him, Trill. Art by Gino.
Oh, that was
yeah,
him?
Yeah. We had sent him a bottle, and he did the Stewie Griffin
Yeah.
one. That was,
Oh, shit,
that was
that's
dope.
fire.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm sorry.
No, go,
No, yeah,
keep going.
so-
Dude, I don't shut up. You let me go. I'm like a motor mouth, man. I just keep rocking and rocking.
I'm just always like I tell him all the time. It's like very interesting to have someone so focused on a business such as like vodka industry, tequila industry. Where you going next? Is there any
No,
plans?
this is it for me, man.
That's it?
I mean, as fun as this is, we got to make this a success, and it's you know, I'll be honest with you, it's a battle every time I get out of bed every morning. It's like just being a whatever you want to say, an entrepreneur. It's like it's just
You're doing it though.
It's,
You're doing it though. You got to keep positive.
that's
dude.
it. That's it. Every day it's a mental fuck.
I
you know?
told him I was like, yo, like I respect you, bro, because you're out there
Yeah.
hustling, man. You're doing it, dude. Like you're you have two products, man, that's out there, and you know you're gonna be successful, man.
Thank
I
you.
believe
No,
in you,
I
bro.
appreciate
You're really
that.
you're gonna be out there, bro. Like you know.
This
No,
kid was
I-
always thinking in the future, bro. Like even
Yeah.
in college, bro. Like back in the day and whatnot, yo. Like we were just like envisioning everything in the future, bro. Like,
But he's
crazy.
doing.
It's,
It's not. It's
yeah.
one thing to talk about certain things. Then there's one thing
To
there's
do it.
another thing to be like talking about it and not being about it.
Yeah.
Right.
But you're there.
No, I appreciate that.
You're talking. You're walking a walk.
No,
You
for
know?
sure. I mean, look, it's something where what I started to realize about this whole process was, I think when I first started, and this is the beauty of it. It's so, I mean this, it is like mental health stuff, this, that, and the third. It's tough to get out of bed every morning and stay motivated. And
Yeah.
But when you have those good strides, that's the only, like, there's no feeling like getting something good or something
Yep.
good. And you just have to remember those good moments because you'll keep doing it. But I will say, I mean, look, it's like, even though this looks beautiful and we've got two great products out, and I can tell you straight up, the most beautiful part of this process is that I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. And no, but I truly mean,
I get what
Best
you're
way to
saying.
go in.
I get what you're saying.
like
Yep.
my dad explained this to me. He was like, and I read so much and I listen to a lot of podcasts and like, people that have done, whether it's this industry or other industries, like the uncomfortability of doing things is what makes you, in the sense that, like, I'm one of the most anxious people ever, man. Like, if you asked me, if I got into a room and asked me to write a sentence, to copy a sentence off of the wall in front of 100 people, I probably couldn't do it. That's just the way that I'm just hyper anxious. But what I've learned is, you're never, like, nothing's ever going to be finished at the end of the day. There's going to be a lot of loose ends. There's going to be a lot of problems. There's going to be a lot of obstacles. And it's just, there's always a way around a problem or an obstacle. Always.
Always.
It doesn't matter what the fuck is going on, what it is. A plane crashes in front of your face. Like, there's just always a way to deal with things. So if you can kind of take that deep breath and not react to it initially, you just got to be kind of, ready for the things that come your way. And if you're comfortable with that, and it's kind of, I do it as like, you're almost like seasoning the steak in a way where it's like, you have to deal with enough of those experiences where you kind of are getting trained. But at this point, it's like, I'm happy that I did this, because every failure provides such an amazing lesson for failing or doing things the wrong way. It's just one of those things where, like, you're going and, like, the bridge burns and you go, okay, I'm not taking that route anymore. I know not to do that again, and I keep moving and trekking and getting it done. But that's the value of at least trying things. Like, a lot of people are just afraid to try. So
Yeah, that's the
thing,
what.
.
But I can understand those people. I
Sure.
can understand.
100%. I mean,
because
I was one of
the
those
same way.
people for a long time.
Like the same thing with this.
I'm still one of those people to an extent, but not to,
Yeah.
but fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, like with this. there was always a thing where it was just like, so before this, I had another podcast with other people.
Yeah.
And I was
In
always.
his past relationship.
Yeah, my past relationship, I broke up with them. No, I was always, conscious about what are people going to say about me when they watch me?
Right.
What am I saying? What's wrong?
Sure.
Now it's just like, you know what? I'm comfortable with who I am.
100%.
Yeah.
Right? I know where I want to go.
Right.
I have a vision. Right.
that's the biggest
you
thing.
have a vision too.
Sure.
Everybody who wants to be successful has a vision, and they're going to be successful if you just keep grinding, keep
That's it,
being
man.
consistent.
Yeah.
That's the whole nature of the
gotta
game,
pound
and
the
you're
pavement.
always going to have failures. There's so many times where I was doing things with this whole show. It's just like, damn, what I fucked up. Like, but
Right.
it's it's a process. It's supposed to
You
be
have
there.
to go through
it's
it.
supposed to be there.
100%.
And if you don't have that, then you don't know, how to do certain things.
100%.
You need to fail, man, in life.
It's mandatory. You have to.
you have to.
And
It's
anything.
the best thing that can happen to you, honestly.
Yeah,
It
100%.
really is.
In anything, in business, in life, in general,
Yeah.
you need to fail. You need to hit rock bottom and be like, this ain't
Totally,
it.
man.
This
Yeah.
ain't fucking it.
I agree.
I need to figure something out. Like
Yeah.
with this whole show, like I didn't go to audio school. I didn't go to fucking. I'm not a videographer. Nothing.
Yeah.
But you know what?
You
have
guys
to
are doing
fail.
it, man.
And we're
Learn,
here, and we're
just
just
learn.
fucking winging it, and we're just
Totally,
going,
man.
and we'll see where it's going. The same
Yeah.
thing with you. It's like
100%,
like
man.
you have. But the thing about you is like you have a vodka, and you have tequila on shelves.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's
wild, dude. It's fucking
mind-boggling,
wild.
Yeah, but look, it's like if this doesn't work, something amazing will come out of it. There's lessons that come
Yeah.
out of it. There's things that come out of it. And look, I'm not saying I have full faith that it will work and we're on the right track and we've come a long way in doing this. But what I can say, is I swear to you, like there's so much that I don't know that I have to figure out on a daily basis. And I think that's where people's fears really come in, where they go like, I don't know how to do something. And like really the world is kind of your oyster in a sense where you can go and Google something. You can go and figure something out or watch a tutorial in Photoshop or in InDesign or Adobe Dimension. I mean, there's so many ways, there's so many resources now where, it used to not be the same. I mean, my dad and I were talking about this today. Like you used to need an accountant and a secretary and this one and that one and it's like think about how much has changed and how many resources we have. Like the DIY way is kind of dope in the sense that you can just learn so much about what you're trying to do on your own.
And you make it yours. And you
especially
make it
That's
yours.
it.
And
That's
also
it.
too, I'm sorry, but when you make it your own, but at the same time, it's like the only way to keep going is, and I'm gonna look at you guys,
Yeah.
but you need to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's going to be nobody who's going to believe in you.
like you did.
There was an
At all.
Instagram post
I mean-
that I saw recently, and it was like people who support you and then people who congratulate you. And the congratulations side, there was millions of people. But
Right.
on the supporting side, there was like maybe one person in the stands clapping, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
and, we
That's
had
the
a
truth.
couple.
It is,
We had
it's
a
true.
couple talks about like this whole show and stuff like that, and I was like, and sometimes I try not to be too rough about the way I say things, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I believe it to be true, but I could be wrong, But like I say, like we got to believe in ourselves.
100%.
Nobody's gonna believe in us because nobody owes us shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
that's
I'm the
truth.
rough approach. Nobody fucking cares
100%.
at all. You need to care about yourself and believe in yourself.
I mean, that's just
and
it.
do what you think is gonna fucking be the best outcome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to preach, but like that's that's my motivation. Is like if I don't believe in myself, nobody's fucking gonna believe in me
100%,
because they don't have to.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't have. Who the fuck am I?
Well, you got to also give
you
people.
know?
You got to
Yeah.
give people something to believe in.
Yes.
And when you believe in yourself and you kind of give that confidence off,
People feed off of that.
People feed off because they want to see that. They want to feel that in themselves. Like that's
Yeah.
what people kind of like. Sometimes people like who a good guy about like who talks about this all the time is the artist Russ.
Yeah, Russ.
Like is very vocal about this, but it's so true about just like having good self-confidence and you know, look, some of these people, you know, you think they're not feeling the same way that we feel on normal days and just not having that confidence and low self-esteem. I mean, everyone goes through that, but I think you need to exert a certain, you know, level of self-confidence to make other people feel like they can do it too. And that's the value in it. Like, because if people think that you're a positive person, you're uplifting, you're, you know, kind of getting after it and you're, you know, just overall confidence is there. They like that. They feed off of that energy to go and want to do their thing, and they think that they can do it too, which I think is super important. But
that's why, like, you know, with you being here, it's like, dude, it blows my mind because we have a person here that has a vodka company on the shelves and is about to come out with its Tequila on the shelves, and it's just like, yo, like.
It's very like,
inspiring.
Yeah,
it really is. Like even though it's a different world. I mean, we're talking about podcasts to like alcohol. You know, the alcohol
but
industry.
I think it's the same thing.
But it's just
really?
it's like yo, like it's fucking dope. It's like the craziest thing because I talk about you to like my friends and stuff like that, my family, and they can't wrap their head. It's like, wait, so you know someone who? I'm like, yeah, like he's that. Like he is that.
Well,
like,
that's very humbling. I
no.
appreciate that.
I'm not trying to like gas you up.
No,
but, like,
but
it's
that's
like one of the most inspiring things ever. Like it's just like, dude, like I know someone who's out there getting at it.
Thank you.
Getting after it and doing it. Like it's not like they're all talk. Like no, bro. Like they're doing this shit, and it's very inspiring for us because like when you come on here and you're bringing bottles to us, it's just like it's just fucking awesome. Yeah. Because not only we're drinking this shit and it's delicious. But at the same time, it's like, yo, bro, you're doing it.
Thank you. No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's dope.
It's dope. It really is.
Segue into
awesome.
like the whole business thing. Like I'm looking on the board or whatever. We got Kylie Jenner.
Yeah.
Or whatever. My man over here. So Kylie Jenner wants money.
She wants your money, ladies and gentlemen. She wants you to donate to her GoFundMe.
By the way, before we dive in, I just want to tell you guys, I am honored and humbled to be here, and every time we sit and talk, I know this is only number 2, but I hope I have the privilege of coming on.
Absolutely.
Because I love
you have residency in this podcast, bro.
Hey, you can hit us up and be like, yo, I got shit to do today. Can I go on?
I love the show. I think I'll tell you right now, you can't stop doing this because you guys are going to hit it. But it's repetition. That's all it is. So just keep going every episode. But anyway, it's natural to be here and to talk. But anyway, so Kylie Jenner.
So Kylie Jenner, we all know her as the billionaire Kardashian.
Not billionaire.
Whatever.
Not billionaire.
Oh, not billionaire.
She's not billionaire.
She was self-proclaimed, and she got caught for not being a billionaire.
Yeah, she did fake it.
Really?
She faked it.
So one of her close friends, I guess, got into a serious accident, and she set up a GoFundMe for him.
Makeup artist.
Right?
Yeah, I heard this.
For
she set up the GoFundMe.
She set up the GoFundMe.
Got it.
I think it was for $20,000 or $60,000 measly, right?
She set up a. I'm sorry.
Wait,
I don't know why I know these stories, dude.
I'm listening.
I'm just so confused.
So she set up this GoFundMe for her friend to get the surgery or whatever, ever since they got into this car accident. Now, she donated $5,000 to the cause, right?
Okay.
And she wants everybody in the world, regular Joe Schmoes, to donate their money for this person who's her dear friend. And she only put up $5,000.
Why do I feel like this is a scam?
And he needs about 20 or 60,000, something very like way under 100K.
Right.
You mean to tell me you're worth, let's say, millions now. You're worth millions, and you only put 5K for your best friend?
Is this a tax write-off or something?
It's not best friend. So the story is that her makeup artist got into a serious accident and didn't have enough funds to pay for surgery. So what she did was she started up a GoFundMe account, but she only donated $5,000 for her makeup artist. Then she countered with, well, I don't know him that well. So, that was her defense. Now, you're making $1 million off of each Instagram post. I mean, what's $30,000 to you?
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But at the same time, it's like people's like, you know what? I'm not obligated to pay. I'm trying to help.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those one of those things. Just like what is right, what is wrong.
Yeah. I think her intentions are probably good. I mean, look, it's tough because I think she went out on a limb and at least she set a GoFundMe up and she put some money towards it. I mean, on the other, and then you look at it like the other side of it is like she just could have done nothing altogether and said like, you know, let this guy, whatever. You know, I think I like to think people have the best intentions in mind. I mean, I don't know. I agree. I mean, look, there's a part of me that agrees, like, you know, yes, she's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. You know, so whatever. That's a whole different story. But I'd like to hope that she has good intentions, and I think she does. But you know, she probably wasn't thinking about this when she put the post up. But I don't know. It's tough that, you know, it's tough to tell without knowing somebody and what their intentions are.
Yeah.
But I think, again, it's like at least she set up the GoFundMe and put some money in, so I think her intentions were probably good.
Yeah.
But I look, and I think they have a tough kind of situation in the sense that, you know, look, I'm sure generally they're good girls and they mean well, but honestly, I mean that. I mean, they come from, look, they haven't had the easiest lives, to be honest. Like, obviously, they have a ton of, look, they have a lot of money. No, they have a lot of money, but those girls have been, you know, had to deal. Look, money doesn't make everybody happy, you know.
Oh, because they struggled so hard in their lives.
100%.
I mean,
They
look,
have debt and student loans.
100% what you're
like
saying.
the rest
A
of
lot
us.
of people have money, and
but
they're
I'm not saying
happy.
that's the other, you know, side of the equation.
Here's my thing. If you make a decent amount of, see, I would go broke if I ever hit the lotto. If I was ever rich in the multi-millions, I
Jimbo
would just
Slice would be in those bars taking those JMO shots to the face nonstop, baby.
I'll never change, bro. I'll
Yeah,
never
I know.
change for anybody. But at the same time, it's like, you know what? Like, I'm always been like helping someone that's not able to afford things. So it's like, you know, $5,000 is you could afford more. Like, you know what I mean?
I
Like,
agree. No, 100%.
but it's one of those things. It's like, am I gonna like bitch and complain? It's like, it's a little bit too much.
Maybe
Be
she
grateful
should have
for
put down the whole 60 and then said like, let's go above and beyond and like, you know, make sure that whatever.
But why even? Why
He's got,
even?
you know, he's got makeup supplies.
Why
for
even?
the next 2 years.
But how about this?
I'm just kidding. That's mean.
Why even publicize it though?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I agree.
Like, just do it underneath the table and then just that's it done.
Was she the one during the riots who took those photos?
the Pepsi. No, that was
No, that was Kendall.
Kendall.
Oh, she fixed racism. What are you talking about? Stop it.
Oh, that Pepsi commercial. That
Yeah.
she
With a
involved
can
in?
of Pepsi, she fixed racism.
I mean, that was a stupid fucking commercial altogether. I think the creative director on that commercial probably should have gotten canned, but
yeah.
you know,
You know what's crazy is that imagine being in in those meetings,
Yeah.
and have a wild fucking idea. Like the person
What, like
who
the brainstorm
pitched
They're
it,
like the
meetings and
world's
shit?
person
burning
who pitched
down.
it was like,
yeah,
I have a great idea.
the world's burning.
We're gonna have Kendall Jenner walk up
Yeah, it's
to
stupid,
a
man.
fucking police officer,
Right.
and hand her a can of
And
Pepsi,
change the fucking
and
world.
All the world's problems
That's
gone.
stupid. That's just stupid shit,
And all
Mind-boggling.
the people
Yeah.
around the board is just like, yes,
dude.
Genius.
Not
Absolutely.
like the start.
Give this
They're not
man
the
a raise.
smartest
and they
move
get
in
up
the
there,
world.
Shia LaBeouf.
Give this man a raise.
Dude, I mean, dude, that's some weird. I don't know. That whole situation was fucking stupid. But you know what? I will say, like, this whole cancel culture fucking bullshit that's going on. Sorry to bring this up, but
No, don't be sorry. We talked about it on
Bring
our
it up.
last episode.
I think
It's go ahead. We want to hear what
I
you
could
have
fucking
to say.
vent about. No, I just it's the issue that I have is that like people make mistakes, right? That's a part of life. You make mistakes. You say shit. You do shit. You act certain ways. Especially when you're in your younger years, right? So like part of maturing and becoming an adult and kind of growing through life is learning from past experiences and the mistakes that you made. So the biggest issue I have is, you know, you fucking dig up a tweet from 10 years ago on some guy or some gal and go, this fucking person's a racist. Like, that's a bunch of fucking horseshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, this isn't just a problem. Like, this whole thing is more of a problem because now everything's documented. I mean, you're literally, you come out of the womb and everything's recorded in every single sense, in every single way, whether it's a phone conversation, a text messages, you know, social media, email, this, that, and the third. And, you know, years ago that didn't exist. So people were still making the same mistakes, but, you know, there was a kind of more there was like a grace period because, not even, I wouldn't even, that's the wrong term, grace period. There were, but like, you you weren't judged because it just wasn't recorded. So, for instance, you want to travel back 20 fucking years and have some chick come out of the woodwork and claim something. And look, I'm saying some of those things might be valid. There's no doubt about it. But I think people are so woke and need to fucking chill because.
And you know what's funny about that?
It's way too aggressive, man.
What's funny about that is that I don't know who the people are that's like, especially like Twitter and stuff like that, because like the Twitter mob and stuff like that. Everybody bands together and they're just like, oh, we're gonna cancel this person.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't use Twitter.
Me neither. It's the most hateful place ever.
I love Twitter, but I get a lot of my news on there. Yeah.
It's a crazy place. Oh, I gotta tell you,
it is. Yeah.
Very uncensored.
Very uncensored, but it's good and bad. It literally is.
It's good and bad.
It's good and evil. Like it's good when you're using it well,
right,
and then it's just absolutely people just come out of nowhere.
It can be the best tool, like you're saying, and then the most destructive thing on the face of the earth.
Absolutely,
it's like a double-edged sword. Yeah,
and
I miss Tumblr.
Tumblr.
And it's like
you got freaky on Tumblr, bro.
Oh yeah,
Tumblr after
you know.
I don't know if they had a DM system, but I know what you were doing, Mr. Fucking Mr. Tinder, the king of Tinder over here.
Ooh woo, Tinderling.
I'm a changed man. But like with this whole cancel culture stuff, it's like it's very interesting because a lot of people abandon together, and it's just like. I want to get that one person that just hops on the hashtag train of canceling. And I want to ask them, is like, did you live a perfect life? Did you do everything right?
I don't think anybody has.
Do you hold any regrets? Because more often than not, nobody's perfect. Nobody.
Right.
So for people to collectively get together and just fucking... It's the modern day witch trial.
Right.
It's the modern day fucking witch trial.
That's what it is.
This is all it is.
Dude, that's a great metaphor, man.
100%.
The Scarlet Witch.
That's really what it is.
It's everyone banding together and being like, you're wrong. We're going to cancel you. And this is exactly what they did in the witch trials. I mean, the witch trials is more extreme because they were actually fucking murdering people.
Right.
But with this aspect, it's like, everyone's getting together. It's like, cancel him because I don't like what he said.
Right.
I mean, this fucking country is built on freedom of speech. If you don't have freedom of speech, you ain't got shit.
100%.
You mean this country is falling upstairs now?
Falling upstairs.
Falling upstairs.
Mr. Biden.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
I got you, man.
He sent the joke to his watch. That's all.
You got the update on your watch. Like time to change the subject.
New Tinder match.
So it's like my thing with the whole cancel culture thing is like, make sure your house is in order before you judge another house.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's house is in order. But here's the larger issue for me.
Don't throw stones if you live in a glass house.
Yeah,
so
man. Like, look, my whole thing is they always talk about like you don't want to erase history because you learn from history, right?
Yeah.
And
tends to repeat itself.
Right. But like canceling people, it's a sensitive subject. It's like the Dr. Seuss thing, right? So like you've been reading about this, like how they discontinued 6 of the books.
What I heard was supposedly the family stopped production because it wasn't for certain things that were said. They just wanted to completely stop it because they know woke culture is...
No, but I think there was supposedly legitimately like racist things in those books, whatever. But I think here's the issue that I have is... I'm not saying that's fine. That's obviously a problem. I mean, I don't condone racism or any any hate or anything.
Racism is great.
It's
be racist.
Oh, stop.
My
Racism
God.
built this country.
But my point being is like when you go and you start erasing parts of history, then the next generations can't learn what's wrong or what happened and have a reference point to say, okay, that wasn't right. We need to change. It's just like, you're kind of in like bliss of whatever. So I think it's important to kind of like remember history and see what happened and have documentation of all this stuff and not just like wipe it off the face of the earth, because it's important for people to see what's right, what's wrong, and what happened to have a reference of, you know, maybe how they should act and be a role model or whatever, you know, whatever else. But look, it's a sensitive subject, man. There's just people getting fucking canceled left and right, and it's like you can't even make a fucking mistake these days without like being like, you're done, you're canceled, you're fired.
Can I pose a crazy concept for you?
Yeah.
There's people today that don't know what 9/11 was.
Stop it.
Put that in your head.
Are they like
You talking about
younger
like the
than 20
younger
years?
kids?
But like 20 years. Well,
yeah.
I mean, sure.
But there's people today that don't know what 9/11 was.
Yeah.
Put that in your head. Think about it.
Like I think Lil Pump was like born in 2002, bro.
Yeah.
It's a year after 9/11. He
Crazy.
probably has no fucking clue.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If you don't mind me asking, what's your religion?
Jewish.
Okay.
Yeah.
L'chaim.
Passover tomorrow, baby.
L'chaim. Yeah, we do. We got. That's why I'm hyped to be here, man. We got
Passover.
Also, we're running out. Do you guys want to save a little nip of this for yourselves? And I might have to run to the kitchen and get another drink, man.
Is there drinks in the kitchen?
Of course. I got it stocked up on.
I just real quick question.
Yeah.
That Rowdy Rebel song with Nav just keeps playing in my head. Do you know that song? There's like the line in there, like me and Nav on the bottom, like getting the cash and my money growing. That song, that Rowdy Rebel song is so good. Shit, should we? Should I get?
If you want to get a drink, No, I'll wait. And we'll
We're gonna start promoting.
We'll talk about
we're
like
gonna
the Joe
start
Biden
promoting
stuff.
the Rock's Terramana here. It's gonna get real
boy.
bad. I just gonna like.
Oh, boy.
But all right.
Yeah, I got a good question. That's why I want to get into like a real good conversation
I'll be
with
back
you.
in 2
But
seconds. This is so not kosher for me to run out of the room right now with the podcast. But
hey,
stay tuned.
Grab me a bagel.
Grab me a bagel.
Cream cheese and lox.
I don't think Joe Biden is well.
Bro, have you seen a lot of his like press conferences and all that? Like forgetting things.
Certainly concerning.
And like it's bad.
Homeboy tripped up the stairs.
It's bad.
Three
Who
times.
falls up the stairs?
But like you know something's up. Like you know, like when you do it the first time and you go down, that's like, bro, that's like getting out of bed and like literally like just like slipping on a pair of boxers 3 times in a row. It's like you just like. It's like a cartoon. Like you get up and you slip again, and then you get up and then you slip on them again. It's like.
I just like the memes when they show like
Mario Kart?
Yeah, Mario
the
Kart.
bananas,
Yeah.
it's the best.
When
That
they
was
show
so
Luigi giving him the look and throwing a shell at him.
You see the one where like they have the old person's kind of like thing where they lift him up.
Oh yeah.
It's like he's.
Yo, did you see like the animated one where it, like literally they show him falling all the way down the stairs, like tumbling and shit, and he falls face flat on his face on the runway and
The
shit?
best one I saw was the one that Two Do Men posted up
What?
with Trump hitting the golf ball,
the golf
and
ball,
hitting
yeah. Oh,
Biden in the back of the head.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
felt hysterical.
But I mean, dude, let's not forget. I mean, the guy's 78 years old, man. He's an old.
He's
dude.
old.
Yeah.
Got a question for you guys, though. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's a good point. Like, why is it that the leaders of our country are either really old and extremely wealthy?
Give me a broke president. I don't care.
Not broke. We don't
broke?
need a broke president. I'm saying extremely wealthy.
What, Tyrone Biggins?
There are people. I would vote for him.
Tyrone Biggins?
You know who I want?
Chappelle
guy-
Show is
you
the
got some
number
crack?
one.
The guy,
classic.
the guy who wears the Buddha in his head.
The one who used to say the rent is too damn high.
Yeah.
I want that dude.
Who is this?
This was
Oh,
like
he's the guy from the
last
New
election.
York City that
Yeah.
just like would
Oh,
advocate
yeah.
for
I watched
right
I watched that Chris Rock movie the other night with my dad.
Head of State.
Head of State.
Oh,
Right.
I
movie.
say,
It's one where he becomes the president. And,
Yeah.
dude, but that's pre-Obama too. That was like
Yeah.
early 2000s. That was a great movie, man. It's so
Yeah,
funny.
like you were saying,
and it's
like
got Bernie
about-
Mac in it. Bernie Mac,
Yeah, yeah,
brother, he's the vice
R.I.P.
president.
R.I.P.
Bernie Mac,
No,
man,
Bernie
bro.
Mac was the
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
But like you said, like knowing your history. So if you ever thought about history since the birth of this nation, all the presidents were very wealthy.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's the way the system is supposed to be or
Right.
if they have more power because they have money and influence.
Yeah.
Money equals power.
And I'm not against people who have money that want to run with good intentions, but at the same time, it's like 75% of this fucking all these people are corrupt as shit.
Oh man, I couldn't agree more with you. Yeah, I
Like,
just think it's like
you can't stop hiding the fucking facts, man.
No, but I
And-
think this president. I mean, I think. Look, I'll tell you right now. I am fiscally conservative, socially liberal in a lot of ways. I mean, I could care less who somebody loves or what their religion is or whether or not you should be able to keep a baby or abort a baby. That's your personal choice. I don't think any of that shit belongs in politics, period. You do what you want. It's your life. This is not something that should be controlled by the government in a democratic society, right? But what I will say is right now, I mean, I just don't see how he's going to make it another year, man. Like I'm fucking serious. Like I'm not talking about being alive. I just think there's clearly something going on.
Yeah.
And I think it's a lot. It's pretty easy for people to kind of neglect the fact that it's happening, because I think obviously the last situation that we were in didn't make a lot of people happy. So I think anything's probably better to a lot of people than the last situation. But at the same time, it's like you also can't turn a blind eye. I mean, there's something wrong. I mean, tripping upstairs. You know, I saw a clip today.
Words.
He couldn't talk yet. Like there's like, dude, something is up and it has to be addressed. But we'll see how this we'll see how the cookie crumbles.
I really think behind the scenes they're teeing up Kamala Harris to take over.
That's what they're saying. I can see why they're saying that. At the same time, the only reason I think that they backed him was because of the power he had being vice president to Obama for Democrats, and basically the power he had of being. Okay, what I'm going to say is a little bit controversial, but the Democratic Party is centrist.
Yeah,
they are borderline Republicans. Right now, they're not progressive as some people will say. They are centrists. They're
right.
They are corporatist. They're
you're saying right now. I see. I think right now, like I think, like Biden, for example. Biden was never really a far lefty. Like he was pretty middle of the road, reasonable guy. But I think like Kamala Harris and shit, like she. You know, she's like a hardline chick, man. She was a prosecutor. I mean, she'll lock you up. She'll lock you up.
Yeah.
And she's like there's
a cop. She's a cop.
But
she locked up people.
She's a narc.
She's a cop.
No, for real. Callie, she locked up
Have
a
you
lot of
read up
people.
on that? She's locked
an
up.
op.
She locked up people based off technicalities, and when it was presented in court, she didn't back off.
especially people of color.
Her own people.
Yeah.
So and people, and she's now vice president, and people want to turn away and turn a blind eye to certain things, the truth.
Right.
And on our last episode, we talked about like we need to start going back to the truth, like telling it how it is. Not.
Well, I think all this woke
think
shit is complete bullshit. Like,
Thank you.
I think this
Sam,
is
go.
This is not the fucking way to, you know. Again, it's like kind of, you know, enabling this cancel culture fucking horse crap is dude. You know,
Can we cue this segment as Ask a White Guy?
yeah.
Because I love his view right now.
That's pretty racist.
I mean,
whatever.
We're all Hispanic, so I'm like, this is the part of the show where I'm like, ask a white guy.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you share the same sentiment as me on these issues, but I think, you know, look, it's like here's my thing about this entire situation. I think when you let people become fucking soft and you have a soft society, that's when bad shit happens.
Yeah.
Like I was watching Rogan the other day, and he had this great kind of like cycle that he went through about like, you know, hard guys make, you know, soft.
Hard guys make easy times. Easy times make soft men. Soft men makes hard times. Something like that.
And hard times make tough men. Or
so
whatever.
it's like a vicious cycle that goes around, which is very true.
But I just think like America generally right now, I think is trending in the right direction in the sense of like I'm not talking about like the Asian hate that's going on and all of the like brutal hate crimes and all that shit and all the racism. Like I think if anything good is coming from this, because there's a lot of bad right now, at least we're trending in the right direction in terms of like, you know, people being aware of these issues and these social injustices and all this crap, because I think it is an important issue that people should know about, and that's the way that we get better, is we get educated on this stuff. But what I'm talking about more is like this woke cancel culture shit where I mean, man, we got so much shit to worry about in the world right now, just generally. I mean, we're so lucky to live in this country and have the privilege to live here and have people overseas that are fighting for us. And it's not a white man thing. I mean, there's people of color fighting overseas, black, brown, this, that, whatever every shape, size, make of person that's fighting on behalf of America to make sure that we live a good life over here. And I think people sometimes generally are focused on the wrong things. I mean, you forget, it's like, China, man. China's out for blood with us. I mean, it's not. They're not here to be our friends or to.
They're our adversaries.
100%.
And what's so scary is that, and it's a great that you mentioned that, is that with China is a very scary fucking time to be China. China used to reverse engineer everything we ever created.
Yep.
And we're not creating no more. Right now, China is creating.
Yeah.
So with that being said, they have so much potential, so much engineering, so many things behind them, where they literally told India, we could make everything dark for you, attacking their power grid. Because they could fucking do it.
Sure, yeah.
They know they can do it.
I mean, they're powerful,
They have
man.
done it.
They're powerful.
What did India ever do to anybody?
Well, they had that whole thing with the whole border with India and China. They fought each other, and people actually died. Both, you heard about that, right? In India and China on the border, they fought each other, and people have died. They just haven't declared war, but they have been fighting, and they had some casualties. But at the same time, it's like China went to India. It was like, yo, well, fucking. Like Bane in fucking The Dark Knight when in Batman when he puts it's like, yeah, keep fucking around, we'll chuck your power grid. And they did it.
And they blew up all the bridges.
And people were shocked that they did it.
Yeah.
But they fucking can. And that's scary. And this is the whole thing with all this corruption in this government is like, hey, we're at the fucking feet of China, dude.
Yeah.
We don't want to be there.
We don't want to be there. The wrong shit. It's like everyone's so focused on this woke cancel culture shit, and it's like we're not really, man. I don't know. To me, it's crazy. I think people forget sometimes. This is not necessarily. You travel the world and you go to third world countries and you see what's really out there and the conditions that people are living in and the circumstances that people are living in. And then you come back and you go, God damn, we are so lucky to live. Look how beautiful this studio is and this apartment and everything else. And we're so privileged to be here. And it's all because, these guys on the front lines, whether it's the Navy or the Army or,
Marines,
the Marine. I mean, everybody is. It's important, man, to think about that. I mean, I have a cousin who's a veteran. He's not a veteran. He's still in the Army, and a lot of his friends are in the Army. These are young guys. These are 23, 24, and I'm thankful for the shit that they do. So that we can listen to fucking our favorite hip hop music every day and go and fucking make a tequila brand or a vodka brand. And I think sometimes we get so lost in what America is because we're so privileged to just have these experiences, and obviously there's privilege, hierarchy in America, but at the same time, live in a fucking free country, man. There's not a lot of people that can say that. It's kind of crazy, man.
And it's crazy. And where I'm gonna go with all this right now.
Yep.
So with what you just said, a lot of people take for granted what this country offers, right? It's not perfect.
Yeah.
There's always room to excel in this country.
100%.
There is problems here. And to acknowledge that is one thing. To know that it can be better is another. That's hope.
Yeah.
Hope. That's what everything, that's what we symbolize in this world is hope.
Right.
For everyone to know that, we can all be free.
Right.
And one thing, like his dad was in the Marine Corps, right? His father was in the military as well, in the Army. My father was in the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
We have an uncle who died in Vietnam at 19 years old. I'm named after him. Never met him a day in my
Are you
life.
two cousins, by the way?
Yeah, we're cousins. Yeah, hey. You can tell the resemblance?
I might just fucking.
He's just learning that right now.
Oh, shit. Wow.
No wonder Bodega Cat is the fucking odd man out of it, baby. No, that's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're both cousins. Yeah.
First
So,
cousins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're the same age. We're like the youngest ones in our
I
family.
might need to have a couple more drinks. Oh my God, Jesus.
But like his dad, like that's what's crazy is like our family. Yeah, we're Spanish and we're from New York, but 95% of our family served in the military.
Wow.
So
yeah.
like his father served in the military, my father served in the military, his father served in the military.
Wow, it's crazy.
My uncle died in Vietnam at 19 years old.
Our
He got
cousin
shot. Brian
God
served
bless.
in Iraq.
Yeah.
Kelly served in Desert Storm. I mean, the list can go on. Benny served in the Navy. The list can go on with our family. So when people like, burn the flag or
Talk about how bad America is
just
of a place.
disrespect
Yeah, that's what
America,
pisses me off.
it's like you know what? Like we're not the upper echelon of society. Our family came from the fucking slums of Harlem.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? They didn't
Right.
have anything at all.
yeah,
Like at all. Like they didn't have nothing. They went into the military to make their lives fucking better because they couldn't even
Yeah.
survive.
Yeah.
They couldn't make
hear
money.
you.
They signed up because it's like, you know what? I have to do it financially to support my family or just to get the fuck out of fucking the ghetto. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And they did that.
Right.
But at the same time, when they did that, they believed in the country.
and making it a better
And-
place.
They fucking believed in what they served in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay? That's like, those are hardcore motherfuckers. To this day, I always like hold this country to the highest regard, even though I know that there's fucking things that happen in this country and just like, you know what, that's not right. Like
Right.
George Floyd, that's wrong. I could be
100%.
rational about certain things, but when you fucking disrespect my country from the people who died, and I've known people who fucking sacrificed everything
Right.
they had in their
Right.
fucking body for this country. I
yeah,
got
that's
no
the
respect
ultimate
for you.
sacrifice. I don't
I
think
got-
that can never be disrespected.
But you have
That's-
every right to. You have every right to announce your opinion. And
Yeah,
I'll never belittle.
look. I think there's obviously, like you're saying, there's issues in this country. There's problems with this country, but I don't give a fucking shit. There's still soldiers that suit up and are out there on our behalf to make sure that we can live the way that we do and have the freedom that we do. And I don't think you can ever discount that fact or diss that fact or disrespect it, because you can go a million places in the world, they're not going to be as good as this country, man. I'll tell you right now. You can go to China, you can go to Russia, you can go to anywhere in the world. And I think it's anybody that puts a uniform on and serves that's admirable, and that's the ultimate sacrifice. So I just personally, and I'm not talking from a place where, look, I have family that served, a lot of family that served, but I never served. But I have a respect for any veteran or any current serving, member of the armed services, where I just don't fuck around with that. And I can't stand the burning of flags or people, disparaging America for. It's just like, dude, we're so lucky to be here and to be doing. We're fucking talking on a podcast right now, drinking White Claws and high-end tequila. Like, who the fuck is doing this? You
Can't do this in a lot of other countries.
You can't do this anywhere.
not even
Can't
other
wild out in
countries.
Miami.
Not even
You can't even do this in New York right now, man.
not even in other countries. But think about this. This is like what I always like. This is what I always think about. It's like, we're doing this right now. We're very fortunate to be doing this, and I know that. And I always think about like certain stuff like this, where it's just like, there's a lot of complaints I could talk about, but there's a fucking 19-year-old kid somewhere else is fucking sleeping in a ditch.
100%, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, you
Getting
take a
shot
trip,
at,
take a
getting
trip
pop
to
shots
Mexico,
out.
man. You go to any of these countries. I mean, it's just the quality of life here, and not for everybody. I mean, there's also a lot of poverty in America, so we can't forget about that. I'm not saying it's, I think everybody.
Not perfect.
No, there's a lot of places, there's a lot of people living in poverty, but I will say, I mean, you travel to some parts of the world and you just go, holy shit, man. I mean, we're so fortunate to grow up here. But anyway, what's the next topic?
So
Yeah.
Miami.
Miami.
Wait.
Miami.
Are we going to Miami?
We're going
Can we
right
go-
to Miami.
Can we go to?
We'll do.
Okay, let's do. We gotta get to. Okay,
I want to get into Miami. I want to get into Miami.
Bodega Cat is literally in a fucking one-piece Bodega Cat bathing suit, ready to rock and roll.
So let me tell you about Miami right now.
Were you there
All right,
recently?
Fontainebleau.
No, I haven't been to Miami yet.
You look like you were literally from Miami, bro.
Yeah. I'm down there
The
with some.
tattoos and the
I'm
fresh
down
cut.
there.
He's the
Listen,
modern day
listen.
Scarface over
I'm
here.
the type of dude down there with some Ray-Bans on, a straw hat.
Just
My
linens.
chest is out.
Linens.
Just my
Is
chest
it?
is
Yeah.
out, hairy with the
is
gold
linens.
chains, with a cigar in my mouth, and just like, "Hello, mami, que lo que hay?" That's me. That's
What,
me.
what does that mean for anybody that can translate that for me?
What's up, my ladies?
Hi, I'm Spanish.
I'm Spanish. What up, my ladies? Miami,
You
I'm
literally,
here.
when you go to Miami, you gotta be Pitbull. You gotta be Mr. 305 when you go down there.
Not
Mr.
now.
Worldwide.
Wait, you been down there?
Miami?
Yeah.
No, not Miami.
Oh, you can't
Oh,
talk about
not Miami.
You
Not
never
Miami
yet?
been to Miami.
If he's been to, if we took him to Miami, he would not know how to act.
So listen, I've been
he
to
would not
Miami.
know how to act.
How is he talking about Miami?
He
I've
would
never been to
not
Miami.
know how to act.
You've been to Miami.
I've been to Miami,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I was not of the age to enjoy Miami. You understand what I'm saying?
That's your problem.
I haven't
Sounds like
been
a
there.
sounds like
That
a
sounds
you
like a
problem.
you
Yeah,
problem.
I haven't been there past the age of 21 yet.
All right. So what about Miami? What are we talking about?
So
Oh, the
have you seen the
craziness.
videos online?
Break?
It was weaves and wrestling.
You
in the
haven't
streets.
seen? You haven't seen the craziness?
It was
Twerk battles in the middle of the road.
The
on
Joker
cars.
was
I've
there.
seen these
It's a
videos.
fuck.
The Joker
haven't?
was in Miami. Did you see the Joker? He was on top of a cop car. He was waving the
Bro, it
American
was crazy.
flag.
It
Yeah.
was nuts. Yeah, it was nuts.
When the fuck was this?
Like last week
last
and the
week?
week before.
And then they put the curfew on in Miami.
Yeah, last week. Yeah.
Is it like people were just wilding out?
Yo, bro, people
Jesus.
just wilding
Yeah.
out.
So what
man.
happens is what happened? What happened was Miami already had some sort of a curfew, right? You know, with spring break recently happening, people just went and flooded Florida in general, but everybody went to Miami. So because of social distancing and rules, people were not leaving the bars.
And some of the businesses reopened up too.
Right. So the Dade County Police had to literally come out there in freaking riot gear and just corral these people out of these bars and literally shut down the bars and close the doors, not even get their tabs paid because it was too wild. And the streets were filled worse than like Disneyland Midsummer.
They should have just let that shit go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like, what's his name? Who's the governor out there? DeSantis, right?
DeSantis, yeah.
DeSantis is just has the biggest pair of balls. of all
Oh
time.
yeah.
Yeah, he's winning right now.
Oh, I think either he's gonna run for president or he's gonna run for vice president with Trump next time around. Because I think people like him, man. That he was just like, fuck it, we ain't closing down. We're doing.
I'm not
this,
fucking
man.
leaving.
Yeah.
I'm not fucking leaving.
I'm not fucking leaving.
But yeah, man, that dude is that dude's got a pair of balls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I will say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a whole group of women just fighting in the middle of the street, and it was just weaves and titties everywhere.
Bro, it was
I
nuts.
can't watch that
It was
stuff anymore. I'm
wild.
not a big fan of the. Like, I'm not doing the World Star hip hop videos anymore. I just like, you know what I always think. Like, this sounds so pathetic that we're like getting to this age, but I'm like, that's someone's fucking kid.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. I'm
someone's
like,
daughter.
I'm like, literally, I'm like, that's someone's kid.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, if I was like, I don't enjoy someone's like weave getting pulled off. I'm like, that's someone's daughter that's getting her like.
The whole lineup. It was like 20 girls. It was like 10.
Just
Yeah,
fucking
just
each
in
other
the street
up.
fighting
Each
and
other up
wrestling
in a
and
corner.
throwing
It was
weaves.
so bad.
We gotta
bro.
do better, man. We gotta do better.
The one
We
thing that
can't-
pissed me off was like this guy skipped out on his bill for at a restaurant, and like literally the restaurant like workers chased him down and like
yeah.
tackled him and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, yo, bro, what are you doing? Like,
Yeah,
how are you
well-
just gonna skip out on a meal, especially during these crazy times that they've been closed for
And
so
they have
long?
to pay for that.
You know what pisses me
Yeah.
off when I see these videos? This is the worst. When you see people fighting and like literally tearing each other up, and people are standing there with phones filming it.
That's the instant reaction. Take your
It's
phone
like,
out.
no, but a normal person would be like, okay, the two of you shouldn't be killing each other. Let's try to separate these two,
Yeah.
or this fight happening. And obviously, I understand people don't want to get involved sometimes, but the fucking notion that the first thing that you should do is pull your cell phone out and not help people when they're fighting, like, it's bad. We're living a crazy time. It's
You know
like
what I call those people?
it's
Pieces of shit.
yeah, dude. POS, baby. POS.
Oh,
POS.
shit.
It's
POS.
just it's fucking pathetic. It's like, dude.
Where do we
Again,
go? Like, how do
that's someone's kid. You know what I mean?
Literally.
If that was
Somebody's
your
daughter.
kid in that situation, I would be pissed at everyone else around for not at least making an effort to fucking stop a fight or to stop violence. Or it's like, dude, what time are we living in? And people are egging it on. They're filming and
Everyone's
fight,
riling
fight,
everyone
fight.
up and
It's like,
whatnot.
dude, at
like,
least do the. Oh my god, like Spike Lee, man, do the right thing, bro.
Weaves
Do
and
the
wrestling.
right thing.
Weaves and wrestling.
Weaves and wrestling.
Oh man.
All right, what else we got?
But the NFT, you want to get into that?
Yes, please.
Okay, we're getting into
I like
the
that,
NFT.
man.
What's up with that?
I need a vape, man. What's going on here?
said, "I need a
Someone
vape."
passed me one of those COVID vapes. I think it's coming from Marcus, man.
What you want?
Yeah, he's like looking at you. I'm like, I gotta like dip this in my White Claw to make
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
You still got the grape, or is that your jewel?
Sterilize it. Yeah, it's my jewel.
Oh boy, you ran out of the grape. Oh boy.
Jules still alive? I thought they got shut down pretty much.
They did, but they got tobacco.
You got another one of these?
You're the one who did.
Yeah.
So give me the fuck.
Give it to you later. It's Apple.
I'm at red.
Oh,
I'm at red.
I need batteries.
Anybody who smokes yours know what.
Oh,
dude,
boy.
this is fucking strong, man. Jesus, dude, this is like collapsed my lungs. See, the crazy thing is, like, I really don't.
My lungs.
I'm not a vapor, man. This is
Yeah.
this just has to be bad for you. There's no way this is good.
I have the black lung.
Oh my gosh! But did you hear? So you know about this NFT thing? You know what this is about?
I think
You want me to give you? You want me to give you
Wait,
what this
NFC
is?
or
Yeah,
NFT?
do you want me to explain?
I
to
know
you?
where I know what it is,
Oh,
but I think
boy.
it's the greatest, worst thing ever.
Someone
I
explain
thought you were
this
going to say
me.
something else.
No,
Okay,
no,
go
no,
ahead,
no.
go ahead.
I
Explain
think
this
it's
to me.
yeah, go ahead.
You never heard of the NFT stuff?
What the hell is NFT?
This guy's got a fucking 2 liter
Someone
of Coke
explain it.
Yeah.
that he's
Someone
pouring
explain
out
it to
here.
him.
This is great.
Someone explain it to him.
NFT. What does it stand for?
Non-fungible token.
Like Bitcoin?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I'll explain to you what it is. So, like, an NFT is an offering. I'll give you an example so you understand it. It's all majority of it is digital, right? So if you put out an NFT, like Taco Bell, actually, you hear about the Taco Bell ones?
Yep, I heard about that one.
So you can put out an NFT, and it's a form of almost like a decentralized currency where, say I'm an artist and I put out 10 digital limited editions of something. If you purchase it, you know how Bitcoin, you have a wallet for the Bitcoin? This thing comes with like a serial number that is only your serial number for purchasing it, but it's a digital serial number that you can put in your wallet. So you're the only one with that serial number. So in essence, like people are selling memes as NFTs. Everyone can see the meme, but you're the only one that owns one of 10 of the memes, so to say, or there could be 100 of them or 200 of them, but you have a serial number that's issued to you. And that serial number, because you own it, has value, like Bitcoin. Like it has a value to the serial number. It's tough to grasp, but do you get where I'm going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to make Bitcoins back in the day, so it's not.
You still mine them?
Yeah, I don't have the technology for it anymore.
Okay.
It's too expensive.
Do you have any Bitcoin?
Still, I have 2 left.
So it's worth 120 grand right now. Whatever.
It's all depending.
Okay. So anyway, an NFT is like what a lot of people are doing
Depending what?
There's different types of Bitcoins out there.
What do you have? The Hunts Point one?
I have a Bitcoin from 2012, so I've just been holding
probably
on
worth
to
a
it.
lot. So anyway, like this whole NFT craze is basically like what people are doing is if you're a music artist, if you're a
Like an artist.
graphic artist, digital artist,
Sculpture
fine
or
artist,
something like that.
sculpture, whatever. You're basically you can sell an NFT, and there's like big people doing like you know who Boss Logic is. Like
Yep.
he's one of these.
Yeah.
He's like one of these
He's got
artists
one.
that is like he's selling NFTs right now that are
Mm-hmm.
like the Weeknd's about to release a song as an NFT. Like he's probably going to do like 100 of them or 10 of them or whatever.
That's
but
crazy.
people are the craziest piece went for like $70 million. They sold this one piece of digital art for $70 million where like one guy has the license, but it's just it's an interesting craze. I think it's going to be here to stay, but what I think is like the first people to market will probably have more success and be able to like sell
Yeah.
their NFTs for more money. And it's almost like the Bitcoin. It's like if you're late to the like everyone at this point is late to the game. Like I think this thing is already kind of I don't want to say peaked. I think it'll keep going higher and
Yeah.
higher, but it depends on how creative you get with like the marketing and what you're selling and what you're owning and like
Jack Dorsey
just
he sold his first tweet for $2.3 million.
as an NFT.
As an yeah.
Bro, that's like selling like a Gundam for an NFT.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yo, his first tweet.
He
Oh,
sold
his
it.
first tweet.
His first tweet ever. He sold for $2.3 million.
I think it's amazing. I think it's so cool.
Is it just like, wait, does someone own like a screenshot of his tweet and they're
Correct,
the only
but
one
it comes with it comes
But
with
it comes with a unique
serial
code.
number that you have in your wallet, so
It's
that's
authentic.
the value to it. Like, look, I don't think you can like I'm looking like literally I was looking at this the same way.
We're
you're
talking
looking at
about
me.
fictional items here.
No.
Okay, how about this?
What about a nude?
If you
No,
if you
I
don't
get
mind,
it.
Can you sell a nude as an NFT?
There's the
Yeah,
Probably.
100%. You can
Bro.
sell anything. You literally so you have to what you have to ultimately do is because I thought the same thing about what you thought. You're like everyone could fucking look at it. So what's the value of it? Like
Yeah.
it's the same fucking thing for everybody.
Yeah.
You have to look at it as like it has nothing to do with the actual art or the actual matter, the digital matter you're looking at. It comes with like the code that you were issued is the currency. It has nothing to do. Like, everyone can look at the art, everyone can access it, everyone can look at Jack Dorsey's first tweet, everyone can look at Boss Logic's art, but only one person owns this unique serial number that goes into a wallet, and it's almost like a stock, right?
Kinda, yeah.
It's in your wallet, and you're the only one. So that's the value of it.
So
and that's how you're trading on the open market of NFTs, where you have this unique code. Someone's probably like gonna be listening to this, so like, this kid's fucking explaining this shit wrong. But as far as I understand, this is
the Wu-Tang Clan has been making NFT for years. They just didn't call it NFT. They released music.
One album, like Martin Shkreli bought. Or
they had a speaker that was preloaded with an album. And
I remember that.
They
the Shaolin album.
Right.
There
was a bunch of stuff where they were like, "Oh, we'll never hear it for years," and then it came out years later. But that one person owns that one copy of it,
Right, and but the thing is, that was an actual physical speaker,
tangible.
copy.
Right.
This is not tangible.
And by the way, there are things happening now where, you get your code, but then there is a tangible physical item attached to it. So actually, this is an interesting thing because I want to get your take on this. The reason I was down in Mexico is I just bought one of the oldest single barrel tequilas in existence in the entire world.
Really?
And I think we might do this thing as an NFT where you get a code and it comes with some artwork, but you get the physical bottle with it. And that's how we're going to package it. Because I think it's something that would be neat in the sense that, look, I'm the same way as everybody else. Like, I used to not be on the same page of like, you only get a fucking code and there's nothing physical, but it's like a stock at the same thing. It's like, it's all, and a lot of this shit is like, even Bitcoin this is all hypothetical. It's all speculative. It's not pegged to anything necessarily. I mean, obviously it is pegged to something in the sense that like, there's only X amount of them issued. So that there is value there. Now everyone's buying and driving up the hype. But if you look at it in terms of like a stock, I mean, like at the beginning of the year it was $4,000. Now it's $60,000. So I think there is value to doing this stuff, and ultimately it's all gambling.
Yeah.
It's just straight gambling.
It was just a matter of time.
Yeah.
You can see why.
Especially with like the whole Bitcoin craze and whatnot, like
you
the
know
whole
what it's gonna
digital
be used
age.
for?
What?
Huh?
You know what it's going to be used for?
Well,
People are going to start NFTing their nudes.
that's what I was just saying.
NFT your
Porn stars are gonna probably start doing that.
But
shit.
I think it's like the OnlyFans model, man. Like Look, I just think like the cool thing about NFTs, Bitcoin, and everything is like it's not yen, it's not US dollar, it's not a euro, it's not a pound. It's a decentralized form of currency where this is universal. You don't have to be pegged to anything. So essentially, it's all perceived value, and it's not like the stock market either, because that's all based on like tied to like revenue and tied to performance and company. Like this to me is cool because it's like it's complete perception of what people think the value of it is.
It's like the thing with Dogecoin.
100%.
It's like that.
It's like Elon Musk goes and tweets about that shit. The thing goes through the roof, but that's perceived value because people go, "Oh shit, that's worth something." It's like, what is it worth to everybody? And that's the value of it.
Did you see that one girl, Corinna? She got the Dogecoin tatted on her ass.
The dog?
No, she literally got like Dogecoin written in script on her ass or some shit like that.
I've not seen this, but send me the article. Thanks.
Yeah.
I want to see the ass.
It's like crazy.
What else we got here?
We have Pete Davidson versus Mario Lopez.
Yeah,
I actually got kind of depressed when I heard about this.
True.
Wait, what happened?
It's happening. Mario Lopez is fighting Pete Davidson.
Like in a boxing or
boxing.
But like, why?
I don't know. A celebrity boxing match.
Isn't Mario Lopez old?
Yeah, but isn't Pete like, so let me ask you a question. Pete Davidson's a tall motherfucker. I think that dude's like 6'5". Mario Lopez can't be that tall.
Let me tell you, Pete Davidson is the most ugly motherfucker I've ever seen in my life. All right, I saw him at work one time, and I was like, "You are the ugliest piece of shit I've ever seen."
Still back in 13th.
But I think I think Mario Lopez might be in good shape.
Smashed Ariana Grande.
He's dating some chick now from one of those like Netflix shows, and people can't wrap their heads like how he pulled her off. Some show on Netflix.
I think Pete Davis is funny as shit. I think
he's hilarious,
funny,
but
yeah.
I'm just saying he's an ugly.
He's
man.
also, you got to remember that motherfucker's from Staten Island, man. I think that's a special breed of human being. That's
something in the water over there, bro.
Yeah. So they say that about New Jersey too, my guy. So
Something in the
it's
water.
kind of the same.
City guys definitely have a way where it's just like, I don't give a fuck about you.
And I don't even think it's the city. I think Staten Island's a different country.
Yeah.
I still can't believe it's what is it, a borough?
It is a borough, yeah.
It's
still can't
more,
believe that.
it's more like a fucking individual state or a country.
Commonwealth of New York.
I've actually, you know what's funny? I've never been there once in my life.
Never been. I've never been.
I'm sure you have, Bodega Cat. What does it look like?
All right,
Just the
it's
bowels
it's like
of
a
New
very
York.
upscale, more intense Jersey Shore, almost.
Really?
Like everyone's got a fucking heavy New York accent, and everyone walks around like, "Hey, yo, what's up?" Like,
Yeah.
they all have like. I'm like, you live so close to me, but yet you have a different accent. It
You know
makes
what
no
it is?
goddamn sense.
It's like this is that and the whole fucking. Hey, look at these fucking guys! Look at these fucking over here
There you
coming
go.
into our.
Is that what it is?
There you go.
Oh, it is, yeah.
But it's not Italian. It's just their own like
Breed of
dialect.
people.
Hey,
Yeah,
look
yeah.
at these fucking over here. What are you doing in our fucking
Yeah.
neighborhood?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, you
Yeah.
fucking cocksuckers!
It's a totally different world.
That, you know,
It's
look,
like Wakanda. They're in their own bubble.
I've never, it's so
Hey, look,
tough for me
he's
to.
a- Get the
it's
fuck
tough.
out of here!
Oh
I've never
my
been,
God.
so it's tough for me to really grasp. It's tough
It's a
for me to
different
wrap my
world
head
over there.
around.
Yeah, it's, that's what I heard. Like, it's a whole different world over there.
Yeah. Whereas Long Island is more like New York City.
Yeah, look at these two fuck over here.
That's Staten Island. Yeah.
Staten Island.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's a whole.
I saw
world.
some video. It was so fucking funny. Some bar owner, like, just refused to shut down during COVID. And, like,
I saw that.
remember
Yeah.
that? The video is hilarious. He's like getting arrested, and he's like, "I'm not fucking leaving." And they're like,
I'm not
they're
fucking
like,
leaving.
Like, you're going to jail, dude. And he's like, take me to jail. He's like,
fucking leaving.
oh my. It was like some like beloved neighborhood
Yeah.
bar. The guy just like, but that's actually a good segue into some of the like the Governor Cuomo and the COVID shit.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I know we're jumping around the list a little bit, but.
Yeah, the Governor Cuomo stuff. Like,
By the way, I will say it first and foremost. I'll keep it censored because whatever. I think that guy is just an awful human being.
hands down.
I don't think there's. I'm sorry. And I'll put it nicely because if I was off record, I would say it in a much more aggressive way. But I cannot believe the guy wrote a book about his impeccable response to the COVID crisis.
He won an Emmy.
Won an Emmy. Put sick, elderly people back into nursing homes. Lied about the numbers to the federal government to cover it up.
Ordered.
Sexually harassed women in his
In his like group
You
or
know,
whatever.
his office space.
Yeah.
Ordered
I mean-
medical equipment during a time of crisis and never used them.
And never use it. And beyond that, to be on CNN joking around with his brother
As if nothing's going on.
and all these people tragically
are you
died.
really surprised about this, though?
It's not necessarily so here's the thing. I'm not surprised about it, but I know a lot of people that love Andrew Cuomo. And I've never understood it, and I just, look, I've never been convinced by the guy. Everyone thought that he did the best job in the world because he was literally on TV telling people how many people were dying every day, and people were like, he's the most responsible governor. And it's like, for what? Because you're on TV every day telling me how many people died and what you should wear a mask, and that's it's like, that's so comforting that he's giving these press conferences. I mean, I'm just, again, I'm not the type of person that looks at a guy like that and goes, this is comforting to me. I just go, this is like a fucking hack show, and like he's putting on a dog and a pony show.
It was his own podcast. That's what it was. He had his own podcast.
So I just can't believe
or
that
his
it's
own,
come
like,
to
show.
this. I just can't believe that it's actually come to this. The set of balls you have to cover up something, to put out your own book about how impeccable your response was to the COVID crisis. Like, this is all so crazy.
You
to
mean
me.
the set of nipples?
Hey, Bodega Cat. Hey, tame down over there, big guy.
This tequila's
This guy's got too much Diet Coke over here. You know what I mean, man?
His brother got caught. Remember when he had that whole oh, I'm sick. All I have to do is work.
Dude, he was in the
Out the fuck-
Hamptons riding his bike, cursing
He's
at
in the
somebody.
he was in the Hamptons, left his house, and the neighbor was like, "You're full of shit. You're saying that you're locked in your basement."
Right.
And they got to an altercation. The cops had to be called, and he was fucking lying. He was lying. He was
Heard about, you saw this,
fucking
right?
lying.
No,
He's
I
on the
didn't see
Hamptons. The
that.
guy's filming
Chris
on the bike. He's
Cuomo
like,
was
I didn't see
in the
that.
Hamptons in his house, saying that he was locked in his fucking basement, dealing with COVID symptoms. He had COVID, but still leaving his house. And the neighbors were like, "Yo, you're on national TV saying that you're locked inside, but you're fucking walking outside your house."
Oh yeah, man.
So how
wasn't
full of
good.
shit are you?
I mean,
and there was a
it
police report that was filed, so that it's
But
true.
the more full of shit thing was, when he got caught out in the Hamptons, and then CNN did the special afterwards about him like coming out of his basement for the first time.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't believe it because the news was already out that he had been caught with COVID riding around on his bicycle in like East Hampton or something. And then the news story came out about him coming out of the basement for the first time. And it's like they almost pretended like he didn't get caught out and about. And it's like, what world are we fucking living in that they are broadcasting this to the general public?
Yeah.
It's
As if people are stupid.
I hate to use the Trump term fake news, but it's fucking fake news.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus Christ. It's like, can there be at least an inkling of integrity with people? And then it's fucking terrible, man. I mean,
I've been saying this whole thing that Cuomo, this whole thing he's been going through with sending, elderly people back into the. It's not funny. It's not.
It's
funny.
actually not.
It's not
like,
funny. But I'm laughing because it's like actual New Yorkers knew about this when it was happening.
And they were calling him out.
Yes, and nobody said anything.
Nobody said
and
shit.
And now it's all of a sudden like,
dude,
oh,
if you
now
spoke,
it's
like,
the news. He was
like the Jesus of New York, where if you called him out, people were like, "How fucking dare you call this guy?" And like the majority of people were like, "We know what's going on, man. Like this is not the right response."
I can't wait to find when I said this guy was putting these people into fucking nursing homes.
Yeah.
With
that were sick,
the
dude. It's like
timestamp
you gotta be
from last year.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna put it on here and like, cause real New Yorkers knew what the fuck he was doing, and the fact that he took 50% of the fucking data of the stats and just like.
But then you look at the numbers: 50% of the deaths in New York, or nearly 50%, were, derived from nursing homes. It's like, bro,
That's fucked up.
something wrong there, man.
Yeah,
that's
that's fucked
not a
up.
good situation.
And then you're trying to cover all that up and whatnot.
Yeah.
But
That's
these
a bad
people
look.
have no backbone.
And then write a book. That's like
That's
He
a whole
won a
nother crazy.
fucking-
that's like some 50 Cent
He
shit.
pulled an OJ. No, he pulled an OJ Simpson. If
He
I
won
had
an
done it,
Emmy. He won a fucking Emmy.
Yeah.
This
Oh, man.
cocksucker won a fucking Emmy.
I don't know what to think about it. I'm just, it's all disappointing, man. It's like he should just leave and
They're all full of shit.
whatever.
All these politicians are full of shit. They're all full of shit.
It's still the Tappan Zee Bridge. We don't call it the Mario Cuomo Bridge.
yeah, I hate that name.
You saw
That
they
should
had
be
a petition
struck.
about that. They
There's
were
a
like,
petition to
they were-
try and reverse it.
By the way, I will say though, I've been across that bridge like recently, like over
Yeah.
the past week. It's a beautiful bridge,
it is.
Yes.
It's gorgeous.
gorgeous bridge.
That
You
little
so
walkway.
So you know where Piermont is? New York?
Yeah.
That's Piermont Brands, my company.
Yeah.
That's what it's named after.
Oh, after Piermont?
yeah,
Oh,
Piermont.
shit.
Because I think it's one of the most beautiful
Piermont.
places.
Oh, Piermont is awesome,
You ever-
bro.
You ever
Tweed Boulevard up there. You ever been?
Yeah,
up there?
yeah.
Oh man.
You ever
it's my
been
favorite
to
place.
Piermont in the summertime?
Yeah, Pier 701 out there.
Yes.
That's what my company's named after,
Everybody's
dude. It's
outside,
literally
right-
one of my favorite
Right
places
on
on
the
earth.
fucking
right on the
water.
Tappan Zee right there, man. Like, it's like you don't get that in New York, New Jersey.
No.
That's a very cool.
It's its own little
Yeah,
unique
man,
like
that's-
bubble over there, bro.
Everybody's outside riding bicycles, eating, drinking, just nice.
All right. I mean, this is fun. This is a great episode.
yeah.
Great episode, guys. Shit.
We didn't even.
What?
We'll let Bodega Cat dig in the Lil Nas X right now.
Oh man.
Well,
did
what
y'all-
about the sneaker
All right,
release?
so
He
did you
comes
guys see?
alive.
You know I'm not a sneakerhead, but I saw this today and I just thought it was ridiculous. Little Nas X is coming out with his own sneaker. It's going to be $1,099 or $1,098, right? There's going to be 666 of them made. I believe they're Air Maxes. Don't quote me on that. They are limited edition Little Nas X sneakers. There's only 666 of them being made.
Marcus is looking at his phone right
Each
now.
sneaker is going
This
to
hype
contain.
beast boy
Each sneaker is going to contain 1 drop of human blood
What?
No.
in the shoes.
in the shoes.
I don't believe that.
In the
What?
shoes, they're black and red.
I don't believe that. There's no way this could happen.
That's kind of cool though.
That's not.
I mean, I don't give
This
a shit
shit?
enough.
Yep. Each sneaker contains 1 drop of human blood.
Where?
One
In
drop.
the air bubble?
Just 1 drop.
So what about a person who?
Oh,
fucking
whoa,
needs-
whoa! Is that a satanic?
Yeah.
That's why you said 66. But
666 are only being made.
he has
That's his
Luke
sneaker.
10:18.
Is that blood in the bottom? Is that what?
I guess, but it says
No, it's not. That can't be.
it
blood.
says
It's too
each
watery.
sneaker contains 1 drop of human blood. And it's going to be such a limited edition.
Wow.
pair.
It says yes. The airbag is filled with blood.
each.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Wow.
the time.
We've lost our way. We've lost our way.
Illuminati.
Wow.
We've lost
It's
our
fine
way.
if Lil Nas X is doing it, but if Marilyn Manson does it, it's not appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would actually buy it if it was Marilyn
Yeah, I
Manson.
would buy it if it was
Me
Marilyn
too,
Manson.
even though he's a
You know
sick
what?
fuck. A lot of shit's coming out about him.
Oh,
Really?
100%.
What did he do?
Yeah. He's
Where are
being
you,
accused.
living
of,
under a fucking rock?
he's worried about little Nas X.
I know. Yeah.
I want these shoes, man.
Yeah.
No, Marilyn Manson's getting accused of like sexually abusing.
Oh, I believe it.
Rape, torture.
I believe it.
I mean, it's easy. It's easy to believe it looking at the way he looks. I mean, who the
No,
fuck knows?
I mean, the
but-
guy had a rib removed so he could suck his own dick. Like, what do you?
Is that a true story?
Legends say no.
Legends?
I was gonna
Legends
say I don't know if that's a true story.
No, I've
heard the
watched-
legend a lot.
We should have asked him at LAX, man.
We saw him. Yeah,
You saw him at LAX?
In LA. Yeah, he was.
Did he
with-
look like in his makeup and everything?
No. We
He's got a super white face.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like mad
pale.
weird.
Pale.
He pointed him out. I'm like, that's not him. And
He's
then
tall
like,
too. He's a big dude, right?
We're in the bathroom,
big
bro.
dude.
We're in the bathroom, and this guy, this rocker, he has like the rocker hairstyle, and he just walks in. He's like, "Oh, what's up? What's going on?" And then he goes to the bathroom, and I'm like looking at this guy. I was like, "Yo, this guy's a little bit too done up to go on a fucking flight. What the fuck?"
Yeah.
So as he walks back, he walks to this table, and it's fucking like Marilyn Manson with like the fucking paperboy hat.
Yeah.
Like really low,
Did he have, like,
big
aviators
aviators on.
on?
Yeah.
He had aviators on. He's just chilling, and I just look at Trill, and I'm like, "Yo, that's fucking Marilyn Manson, bro." And he looks, he's like, I don't know. I'm like, "Bro, that's fucking Marilyn Manson. That's him." And sure enough, like, he had the fucking big stompers on.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's fucking him." I was like, "That's him." And
I was like, no way. I was like, this is
Jesus
crazy.
Christ, we should have went up to him.
Yeah.
Should've went up to him.
That would have been interesting.
Yeah, bro. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, ugh.
Yeah, he's got crazy style, man.
Yeah.
Here's a
Dude's
fun
crazy.
story. I met Jeffree Star and partied with him one year when I was a very young boy.
Oh boy.
Jeffree Star.
Jeffree Star.
Do you know who that is?
No.
Did he touch you in your no square?
He didn't touch my no square. Jeffree Star, famous
He's
makeup
loaded
artist
now.
right now.
He's from
loaded.
New York.
Jeffree Star.
Jeffree
No.
Jeffree Star.
I don't know.
He's a makeup artist.
So how?
Yeah.
Was he from Marilyn
So,
Manson or
back,
something? Or?
back in the day,
He
Bamboozle?
looks
Bamboozle.
like he looks like he could party with Marilyn Manson.
Just a bizarre looking guy.
Bizarre looking guy.
Let me see what he
I
looks like.
respect him though. He's a fucking hustler.
Is
I
he a
didn't say
man,
he or
though,
she.
or-
I don't know what's going on there.
I don't know. Anyway, so we were at that concert, Bamboozle, and we're walking around Bamboozle, me and my friends, and we saw this girl.
Is that in Queens? Where was Bamboozle?
That was in
Or Jersey and
no
the Meadowlands? or-
Nassau
Okay,
Coliseum. So we were at Bamboozle, and
That's like a punk rock.
yeah, it's a mix because they had Snoop Dogg and
Like Ozfest and shit. type
yeah,
thing.
yeah. So we're walking around, and I see this chick, and she's in like a tutu. Her chest is all out, and she has tattoos. And I keep staring at her. And my friend's like, "Yo, stop looking at her." And I'm like, "Who is that?" I'm like, "Bro, I don't think that's a woman." And they're like, "Bro, that's a woman." I'm like, "No, I'm telling you, that's not a woman." All of a sudden, she turns and beelines for me and my friends, and she has a microphone. And she just goes, "Hello, boys." And she asked us a whole bunch of questions, and she did an interview with us for the concert. And then after she did the little interview, she just goes, "All right, you guys want some pizza?" Yeah.
What'd you say? Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want pizza, strange lady."
We hungry.
Long story
Is that,
short,
that's Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious.
Roman
we
Pierce,
hungry.
right?
long
We
story
hungry.
short, because
That's Tyrese, isn't it?
Yeah.
we got to go to watch her on stage. He takes his tits out, and it's fucking Jeffree Star. He used to do music back in the day.
I was just trying to digest that. He takes his tits
He
out.
takes his tits out. He was wearing prosthetic tits.
Got it.
Yeah, and now he's a famous makeup artist.
Loaded.
Loaded. Ridiculous. Like,
Let's go, man. You got to do what you got to do.
That was rumored that was having an affair with Kanye, which was debunked.
oh yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
yeah,
now.
that's that
him,
him.
That
Yeah.
was him, yeah.
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 Jesus.
So I may have been touched by him when I was a child.
Oh boy.
All right.
On that
Well,
note,
I mean,
Oh my lord.
Nah, just
right.
kidding. He just gave me pizza.
all right, we're good to go.
yep.
All right. Well, that's episode 21.
22.
22.
22.
We're moving up in the world, huh?
Sir.
Dude, I feel privileged, man. 2 out of
Yeah.
22. Let's go, boys.
Let's go. Well, this is episode 22 of the Last Slice podcast. We got Trillboy, Bodega Cat. A special thank you to Sam. Thank you for coming on. We have Cayeya, Tequila way from Mexico.
The Puerto Rican says it right.
Yeah. see, and you
I'm
got
getting
Blank Vodka
canceled.
too. No, we're all getting canceled. Let me tell you something. We almost got canceled once.
Oh my god.
We're on the right track.
Are you serious?
Is she?
Yeah.
You can ask him.
Oh boy.
Ask him after
Keep
the
me,
show.
keep me out of
after
this
the show.
convo.
Yeah. But thank you for coming on. We appreciate it, man. Dude, thank you so much. You're
Thanks, boys. Yeah,
inspiration.
thanks for having
and,
me.
you're a
Thank you.
motivator.
Love sitting down with y'all.
Yep.
It's a good time.
That's your permanent seat.
Thanks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now that we have a permanent studio.
Residency,
residency
bro.
here.
Thank you.
Residency.
Appreciate it. Well, call me at any time, Coach. I'm here.
Put me in.
Put me
Appreciate
in,
you
coach.
guys.
Yeah, you guys can watch our content on YouTube or on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio.
We are creating a TikTok soon.
Finally.
We are creating a TikTok.
Okay, so we're creating a TikTok.
So we can show all
This
of our
guy's gonna
antics.
do it.
Yep. I'm going to be recording all
First
of our
TikTok will be
antics.
Just Dance by Bodega Cat.
Well, you could actually follow me on TikTok right now. It's
Okay.
Bodega Cat 11. But the Last Slice boys are going to have their own TikTok, so you guys can get exclusive access to all of our little antics when we film the show.
Oh, this would be
You
fun.
know, get a little mini documentary.
See how Cat didn't say a word the first 45 minutes of the podcast? You get a few drinks in him. He's like, yo, my TikToks is, Bodega Cat 11, and follow me there.
Yeah.
Bye, bye, bye.
Exactly.
And there's a possibility of getting a Patreon.
And a Patreon. That's
There you go. Unrated content. So we can put it on there.
if you
Bodega
guys
Cat's
want,
OnlyFans is
Yeah, yo.
I'll sell
Hey,
feet
You can
pics.
have Bodega Cat naked
Feet
with a
pics.
pizza pie and all
he's got
that.
an NFT coming out of his feet.
Yo, big sausage pizza. Let's go.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
yeah, so we're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio. We're on Facebook at The Last Slice Podcast. We're on Twitter at The Last Slice with 2 E's. We're on Instagram at The Last Slice Podcast. That's where we put up our highlights, our promos, any videos. You can comment on our stuff. Let us know what you think. This is episode 22 of The Last Slice Podcast. Thank you for coming on. You were awesome. Your inspiration,
My bros, thank you.
motivator.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
More than welcome to come back on whenever you want.
I'm burping and I'm farting.
Burping.
That's what I was
all.
Just
saying.
kidding. I'm out.
And we'll end it at that. Later. Goodbye. Good night. Hasta luego.